Hello, this is Lupine Fiasco back again with more Talishar gameplay. We will be playing FaB Rising Rebellion against Sir Boltyn, Breaker of Dawn. This is an interesting sideboard package. We are trying to kill Boltyn as quickly as possible while blocking as little as possible. So we're running a loadout that sees play against no other hero currently, which is Final Spring Tunic, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, and taking out Enlightened Strikes and Double Strikes to play CNC and Breaking Point. So we are looking to... We are also running Searing Emberblade. So what all of this together means is we do not need Furnace to block. We're looking for Tunic to get the free resource. Pouncing Lynx and Emberblade do the most damage the quickest. We're not looking to get long-term value here. In the event that Boltyn has combo, we don't want the game to go long. We want to kill them before they find their pieces. And we are looking to present Arsenal Disruption. So 2 CNCs, 3 breaking points, hoping to catch Boltyn on a turn where they don't block. We can probably put them on combo, and we are going to look to get cards out of their hand or destroy their arsenal. With an all-red starting hand and no Furnace to work with, this is fine. Pitching Lava Burst to play, Mounting Anger. Mounting Anger banishes Brand with Cinderclaw. We're leaving this Command and Conquer in Arsenal, and it's going to stay there really until we catch Boltyn not wanting to block and can put them on their combo. Saber Boltyn, I don't know if Raiden Boltyn either has Arsenal Disruption, so this Command and Conquer will just stay until we need it. It's going to be our finisher. We'll know that we need it because Boltyn won't block anything that turn. Otherwise, we are happy to just take damage. We don't need to block this Take Flight. The only cards that Boltyn will play that we do want to maybe block are Bolt of Courage if Boltyn doesn't have a card in hand and no card in Arsenal. But otherwise, we're just taking this damage. We'll happily race Boltyn, especially if he is on Sabers. That's a very low damage potential. Engulfing Light going into Soul is sort of a bummer, but it is what it is. Here, we are just going to crack back. Without Mask of Momentum, sequencing doesn't really matter here. There are potential breakpoints we want to hit. We would maybe want to bait cards out before playing a Mounting Anger or a Snatch, but otherwise, we don't need to look to, 2-1-4, 1-1-3, anything like that. We're just saying, here's some damage. You either block it or you don't. Otherwise, we're just looking to play out this hand. We are not going to attack with Command and Conquer yet. Obvious reason Boltyn doesn't have an arsenal, but even if he did, we've seen 2 blocks out of Boltyn so far. Either he is going to look to keep 1 card to arsenal, or keep 1 card, something like an Illuminate, maybe an Express Lightning, just to do some damage. Looking here like Boltyn might have a 2-card hand, so a Bolt of Courage, Engulfing Light, plus a card to charge. We're just playing it out. If you hear any kind of humming, whistling, talking in the background here, excuse me, I did not mute this capture when I made it. So you get to hear all of my fun little discourse with myself as I keep occupied during long turns. Otherwise, we're not looking to break Mask here. Boltyn still has a very healthy life total. The minimum value we want on a Mask of the Pouncing Lynx is 6, which would mean something like a Phoenix Flame, which then triggers Shuko on the Lava Burst that we find. Ideally, we're getting it on an Art of War turn. Boltyn plays their 2-card charge. Here, again, without any real sequencing to worry about, we can just send we can send 4/3, pitch the breaking point to pick up our Phoenix Flame, go for 1. We can also play the Art of War, banishing the breaking point, just seeing what we get. We do have Tunic available, so we would be able to pay for our Emberblade. Catch the Boltyn blocking Exactsies, which is great for us. If we draw a head jab, we can banish it to the Mounting Anger. We're also getting resources from Boltyn. Lava Vein Loyalty and Ravenous Rabble are great pulls here, and we will be looking to use our Tunic to get the second resource to pay for our Emberblade. So looking at Mounting Anger for 5, Lava Vein Loyalty for 4, Ravenous Rabble for 4, Emberblade for 3, Phoenix Flame for 2. I imagine I'm going to break Pouncing Links here to find Lava Burst. We may be able to wait for it. Boltyn does not have any blocking equipment left. They don't want to block with Courage here, or else they cannot combo and lose the game. Gallantry Gold is broken, or at least it's spoken for. So we do grab a Lava Burst. It's possible that Salt Balloon might have dealt more damage, but we can play it safe here. This is going to be a 7-point Lava Burst, which is great for us. The rest of this turn plays it out on autopilot, very scripted. Use our Tunic to pay for Emberblade. That's our 3rd Draconic Link. Overall, this is not a terribly complicated matchup. You'll know from the start whether Boltyn is trying to combo or not, based on whether they have Sabers or Raiden. They don't do a ton of tricky plays. Combo is a very linear build. They just block until they have the combo. You just try to kill them before they have it. Or they kill you because they beat you to it. Again, with no card in Arsenal, we're not looking to CNC here. With no Tunic to play Art of War, we'd be looking at pitching a red, banishing a red. Overall, I am more inclined to pitch the Art of War here and to play our Flamecall Awakening. This turn would look like Ronin Renegade, pitch Art of War, play Flamecall, pick up a Phoenix Flame from the deck, play a Phoenix Flame, activate FaB to get our second Phoenix Flame out of graveyard, pitch that, attack with Emberblade, and then go with Rabble. There is merit to keeping a second Phoenix Flame available. We haven't seen either of our 2 Rise from the Ashes yet. And we have seen this is our first Flamecall Awakening. So there's more of a chance that we are going to see something that benefits having 2 flames in the graveyard before we see something that benefits from having a Phoenix Flame in the deck. But Boltyn is at 15 here. We still have quite a bit of damage output this turn. We are not very concerned about keeping resources available. We just want to kill them. So whatever's going to do the most damage, that is the line we're going to take. There is a world where we attack with Ravenous Rabble for 4, put Boltyn to 7, and then Command and Conquer them down to 1. We reveal a blue off the top, so that line is just out. If we aren't getting secondary value from the Command and Conquer, forcing a block, or putting the Boltyn down to 1 or 2, there's no point. Boltyn even blocks here, which does us a favor of making up our mind for us. know what's happening in the background of this video. That isn't true, I do. We see our rise from the ashes. We're immediately punished for attacking with, or for pitching our second Phoenix Flame instead of keeping it. I do want to talk about this, having specifically mentioned Bolt of Courage with a card in hand. So normally we would not block this. Boltyn draws a card, has 2 cards in hand, no action point, moves to the end of their turn, arsenals a card, passes the turn. It is harder for us to block this still because even our 3 blocks put Bolt of Courage up to 4 here, so we either have to give our Shuko or our Tunic to full block it, neither of which we want to do. So the obvious choice is take 3, let Boltyn draw, doesn't matter, pass the turn. But we have a Warmonger's Diplomacy in hand, which is a non-attack 3 block, which does not trigger Boltyn's pump effect, which would block out this Bolt of Courage. It would also leave us with a real turn. And I bring this up because we need to think about how we lose this game. Right now we're very far ahead, but if Boltyn gets to combo, we aren't. So how do we lose this game? Well, we lose this game if this Bolt of Courage hits, this is a Lumina Ascension, and Boltyn draws a second Lumina Ascension. It would be risky, they'd have to blind snap it, but it could happen. So if we can block this Bolt of Courage with 1 card, keep all the rest of our resources, and still have Boltyn on the back foot, just to prevent the slight chance that we lose this game by Boltyn dealing 24 damage from double Luminas and gaining 6 life up to 14, we're going to take it. And we can block with Warmongers here relatively for free. We do have a worse turn by not being able to Emberblade and Command and Conquer, but we're still going to keep Boltyn on the back foot. So we'll block with Diplomacy here, come back to our turn, and be able to push some damage. We are burning a resource on this turn, unfortunately. We can rise from the ashes, pick up our Phoenix Flame, brand for 4, followed by Phoenix Flame for 2. We would love to work an Emberblade and CNC into this turn, but resources won't allow it. We're 1 turn short of our Spring Tunic, so we'll just be sending 12 damage here. Brand, Phoenix Flame for 2, CNC. If Boltyn drew into their combo, let's say we were right, and their arsenal is Lumina Ascension. If they drew any other combo piece here, they're looking at a good last-minute combo. We aren't going to let them have it. Phoenix Flame puts them to 2. Our Boltyn is not blocking. Maybe they're going to Hail Mary, but we can pretty safely assume that they have combo available. So we're attacking for 6. Boltyn does need to block 2 cards, which he does. He can't combo with 3 cards in hand, or if he tries to, it's either playing for extreme luck or heavily neutered. Here, we are going to take a line that we usually hate, but it's the last turn of the game. We do not have a Draconic Starter to turn on our Emberblade, but we do have our Snapdragon Scalers. So we can play Lava Vein Loyalty, snap it, which will turn on the Emberblade. Ravenous Rabble. We'll have 1 resource floating and 1 Draconic Link on the chain. We can use our Tunic to get a second resource, pick up our Phoenix Flame, attack with that, then attack with Lava Burst, which is getting the Shuko buff. So this game sort of worked out well, that we didn't need to snap. It would have been nice to get some extra value out of our Snapdragon Scalers, but as it is, this will work out fine. We'll get a win here, looking like potentially the skin of our teeth. If our Boltyn did have combo in hand, then they would have been able to. They had a charge card in Spoils of War, they had something to charge, they had Snapdragon Scalers, and they had a blue with the Epot to pay for the Gallantry Gold. They would have likely won the game on the spot. We would have had to block with equipment to not be dead. Boltyn potentially at 13, with us at sub 5 life. We see that they block with the Beacon of Victory. If that was in their hand as well, then last minute win. Keeping the Command and Conquer in Arsenal was exactly what we needed to do. Boltyn scoops it up, chooses not to block the Phoenix Flame, so while that turn 0 Command and Conquer may have just sat in our arsenal for 4 turns, then we had it when we needed it. The great thing about teching for Lexi at this point is that we have the Arsenal Disruption that has the secondary bonus of hosing combo Boltyn. It's also pretty good against Raiden Boltyn. I tested that last night in person. The build does well, so I would not, unless you know your opponent is on Raiden, I would board for every Boltyn matchup like they're trying to combo you.